I'm not a victim. I'm still in the case, right?
Yeah.
But he can't keep up that mask for long. At his core, he feels inadequate. He blames women for it and uses that to justify what he is. A sadist. Killer.
He's got a trick, some way to get the confidence fast.
These are successful women, smart cookies. I don't think they're so easy to fool.
Well, maybe that's what turns him on, you know? A game, showing who's smarter.
Although perceived as prime prey, I do not subscribe to the conceptualization of victimization. I consciously chose to engage with these men out of my own volition. And each and every time that I allowed for the connection to unfurl even further still, I did so intentionally, willfully, skillfully, and ever so gracefully. Within the span of mere moments, I was able to accurately gauge the type of entity for which I was presently and thoroughly engaged with. As such, it can rationally be assumed that dark matter would inevitably infiltrate the unfolding dynamic when interacting with entities that allow for their shadow aspects to unconsciously rule their waking reality. This invisible yet unequivocally visceral dark matter manifested in manifold manners, refracting through the matrix of reality, dispersed along an energetic spectrum, ranging from inconspicuous degradation to conspicuous violation. Amidst communing with all manifest formulations, it was my solemn duty to employ entrancing incentives, calculated responsiveness, and cerebral counterattacks when necessary. Make no mistake, my ancient essence was deployed to thoroughly comprehend the abysmal depths of man. I am a penetrative catalytic experience that intuitively illuminates man's suffocating shadow, so that piercing truth may easily abound throughout his beingness. And it is in these sheer moments of revelation that irrevocable rectification may invariably ensue. And when the rectification is met with resistance via combativeness and deflection, I instinctively proceed to operate as a reflective mirror. This is an incisively objective stance that is not in the slightest emotionally influenced, yet is solely mission-oriented, intently oriented towards assuring that man faces his obscured aspects in a manner most inescapable and visceral. Make no mistake, these energetic communions were not randomized in the slightest. In fact, they were indeed divinely ordained, and each step was ever so meticulously ordered in the metaphysical realm. These cosmic collisions are highly energetically charged and quite literally borders on the verge of extreme volatility. Yet and still, amidst the grand scheme, these divine convergences reestablished order through the transportive artistry of transparency, resultantly allowing for the refinement of power to be streamlined through the process of transfiguration. The most prominent commonality that arose across the character profile of all predators was their ability to perceive the sheer power emanating from my being, which was indeed what undoubtedly magnetized them towards me. Yet they all utilized distinctive energy harvesting methodologies in an attempt to siphon my power, all to enhance their debilitating powerlessness. Now let's thoroughly psychoanalyze these predators to uncover why I was perceived as the perfect prey. My preliminary hypothesis is that each cloaked predator embodied a specified set of hidden insecurities and subsequently utilized deceptiveness as a defense mechanism. This defense bolstered their frail foundation with a fabricated sense of confidence, which allowed for them to traverse through the medium of attempted and conspicuous exploitation, all in an effort to extract necessary power. Close encounters of the unsuspectingly predatory kind shall depict a series of failed attempts at siphoning feminine energy. This is the first installment, however, additional episodes shall inevitably ensue. Please know that these are merely condensed depictions of my personal experience. A more extensive depiction may be found via my futuremost compilation entitled The Alchemical Communion Betwixt Divine Femininity and Dark Masculinity, the Spiritual Artistry of Unraveling the Undercurrents of Power. Please know that the names of all predators shall remain anonymous. However, a concise conceptualization of the emanating energy signature shall be utilized as a solidified point of reference.